is coming to more than 1,000 schools and hundreds of daycare centers across Colorado. A test designed to measure what is in a glass of water at school. Arusha Roy looks at how an old issue took on new urgency this year.
Something as basic as taking a drink of water from the drinking fountain. You know, it seems like such an innocent act.
And yet, Alexandra Simon said it's not so simple to make sure the water her kid is drinking is lead-free.
I honestly didn't realize it was such an issue, and I have a 3-year-old that goes to daycare.
She advocated for a new state law that requires 1,100 elementary schools and 450 child care centers to do mandatory tests of their drinking water for lead.
Most parents, myself included, like when I talk to them about it, are surprised that this is an issue.
But the state started putting together a picture when 67 schools voluntarily started testing their water 5 years ago.
Not all of the fixtures, but all of the schools found elevated lead levels.
You know, what we found has been the norm is low levels of lead contamination in water or outdated standards.
The problem was there wasn't enough money to help all of these schools fix the problem. This time around, though, it's different because of state dollars and federal COVID relief funds for both testing and fixes.
And so that could be changing out fixtures. It could be putting on a filter.
The Democratic representative, Emily Sirota, a bill sponsor, said the law is still falling short since it's going to first focus on pre-K through 5th graders and child care centers, not all grades. The state health department said the regulatory limit on lead is 15 parts per billion, which is compared to one single drop of paint in a 13,000-gallon swimming pool. The new state law would reimburse districts if levels are 5 parts per billion or higher.
Any level is too high.
The state health department said the most common source of lead in these situations is corrosion from plumbing materials, which is most frequent in older builds.
Over time, lead can cause issues with your learning ability. It can make you irritable. So I don't think people should panic, but I do think they should be aware that this is a possibility.
While advocates are worried that lead levels can ebb and flow, so testing might miss problem spots.
Well, I think this bill is a great first step forward.
For Next, I'm Arusha Roy.
There's work around lead testing already, including Denver Water's work replacing bad pipes. There's a federal testing program for schools and child care facilities. There are some school districts that have their own programs. And then the state of Colorado is coming in to fill gaps for smaller districts and child care centers that need funding in order to make the necessary fixes.